One, two, three.
Hello, everyone. This is Kyle Galaz with Poor2Pro Car Sales Training Podcast. Become a sales titan. I absolutely love that intro because I get to talk with people around the world. I get messages around the world from around the world about people trying to better their careers, people trying to better their lives, and in a positive way. They're not trying to cheat, steal. They're really trying to learn the skills to get to that next level. And I have a person in front of me that's in a 3 hour different time zone. It's late where he's at, but training never stops. So I really appreciate you, Ramon, booking the
Sure.
one-on-one. And Ramon, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you work, and hobbies, or whatever you'd like us to know?
Yeah, I'm Ramon. I am here in Florida, Orlando, Florida. I work at Enterprise Car Sales. Love basketball. To play basketball has been a hobby of mine since I grew up. Love to read, to learn, hit the gym, and to sell, and specifically cars. Yeah.
Nice. So how long have you been in the car business?
So it's been about 9 months. Yeah. So I work, at Enterprise Car Sales, you first have to do the whole rental side of the business. I did that for about a year, and then came over to car sales after I became like an assistant manager over there. You have to do that. You have to go through those rounds. So, now been at car sales for about 9 months and enjoying it.
Very cool. Did something attract you about, to car sales? Was it something specific?
I wanted to grow. I wanted to improve my communication skills. I always thought that that was something extremely important, something that I see in successful people. Anytime I watch videos on YouTube, I just notice that communication skills are just extremely important. Not only that, I feel like it helps grow your confidence. You're able to, to talk to people and articulate your words better um, after some time doing sales. So that's what really attracted me to it. I used to be a personal trainer back before the pandemic, and I did that for about 4 years, and then I trained a few car sales people, and I just always liked the way it sounded and the way they talked about it, and I felt like that was something that I could do, even though I didn't really know too much about cars. But I just thought it sounded cool.
Very cool. Yeah, something piqued your interest, and here you are. I mean,
Yeah.
something caught your eye, and now you're doing it. So
Yes, sir.
that's a good example of what you put your mind to will accomplish. I want to get into car sales. Oh, you got to go through a year of training. Okay. Well, now here you are, Ramon, and you're doing
Yeah.
it. So now
Yes.
what you need to set your sights on is something new. You can't just say, now I'm a car salesman.
Mhm.
I made it. You have to put something in front of that now. So if you're gonna further your career, make sure you write something down. And people think it's gibberish sometimes. Oh, believe and dream and all this stuff. You write stuff down, the universe, da 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 da. It actually happens though. If you just write something down that you can see every day of something that you want to accomplish, whether it's saving 5,000 bucks in cash, or getting a new car, or building your credit, or selling 15 cars a month, or being promoted to a manager, if you write it down and you look at it every day, you don't have to worship it or, gawk over it. It just needs to be a daily reminder of where I'm going. So you started off not a car salesman, intrigued. Now you're a car salesman. Do you have anything written down right now that's like, okay, what's next?
Well, I want to eventually be able to make enough money as a car salesman. This has kind of always been my plan, and the reason why I wanted to get into car sales is I want to make enough money to be able to invest in then different areas, right? Maybe real estate. I learned a lot in the car rental side of when I was doing enterprise, that I feel like that's something that I can also invest on. Maybe cars, renting cars, and so on.
Yep.
But yeah, businesses, right?
Well, investors are the richest people on the planet. They're some
Sure.
of the richest people. You got like a guy like Warren Buffett, the CEO of Coca-Cola, a couple years ago made $50 million for the year, but he had to work 365 days. Warren
Yeah.
Buffett an investor of Coke made 600 million. So he made 12 times the amount by being the investor. So having that goal, now what you want to do is write it down and say, okay, I want to put $1,000 in this. I want to put $1,000 in crypto and just start smaller, even if it's 250. But the key is to write down your next goal and look at it. And then you can start building that empire towards that. And that helps a lot in car sales because this month, what's your goal this month? Have you written it down?
As far as how many I want to sell,
Yeah.
yeah, it's 14.
Okay. And you wrote it somewhere?
I'll be honest with you, I did not write it somewhere. I just
Hey,
took a
that's
mental
okay.
note.
That's okay. So this is step two of stuff. If you have a goal, and I told my guys, let's pretend like this is a calendar and there's 28 days. You write down in 28 days, if you want to sell 14 cars, how many cars a day you have to sell? You have to sell half a day.
Yes.
So if there's 28 days and you want to sell 14 cars, but you're taking the first 3 days off and you're hoping to sell cars, and then you got it's not gonna mathematically plan out because what you're hoping is one of these days you hat trick, this day you sell two, this you have to methodically break down, okay, every other day I need to sell a car if I want to hit 14 cars in February. So
Yeah.
today the second, right? Today's the second. You're at 1 unit or one and a half.
I'm at one.
Okay, so you are technically on pace for 14 cars right now. So tomorrow, you just got to keep on fulfilling that pipeline and fill it up. So what I did on my calendar when I was a salesman is if this was the first and I sold no cars, I didn't fill it in with anything. The second of the month, if I sold one car, I'd fill it in with a big bright marker. And now I know that I'm still on pace for my 14, but I better deliver here because I got days coming off, days coming up that I'm going to be off. So I have to sell one back to back because I got 2 days off to make up for it. And you have to put something in the visual, and you can just print out a February calendar off Google, February
Yeah.
2025 calendar, and plan out your month. I need to sell 14 cars in 28 days. I need to sell a car every other day. This is how I'm going to break it down. In the first 7 days, I need to sell 4 cars. In the next 7 days, I need to sell 4 more. And then you need to be diligent on and hold yourself accountable to actually do that. But if you don't write it down, did you see what you said? It's kind of in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're not making it real. It's not real up here. It's real when it's tangible. You know how
Tangible.
human psyche works. So write down your immediate goals and write down a big goal like investing so you can actually have something to work towards.
Yes.
So Ramon, you're out of Orlando, Florida. How awesome. And you work at the Enterprise Car. So if I'm ever in Orlando, Florida, I know where I'm going to come visit and say hi to my boy.
Yes, sir.
So you kind of left your training categories kind of open. Um,
Yes.
your goal is to crush. Excellent.
Yeah.
You said you understand your social media presence is low. That's okay.
Yeah.
We got to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And you work for enterprise car sales, so there's limits of what I can do. On that front, though, I still want to do things better.
Yes.
With little or a lot, you still want to improve.
Yes.
And then all in all, I want to improve my all areas. And you're super open-minded and coachable. So that's one of the biggest things is not being a know-it-all. Um, the worst words when I have a new hire is when they always say I know. I know. I know. I know. Then why are you making the mistakes or why are you having to struggle through this if you I know. So being coachable, being humble and really trying to learn the craft is a great attribute. And you as a personal trainer in the past is the perfect person to understand this. Imagine getting the guy that has spaghetti arms and a muffin top, and you're telling him how to do workouts, and he's saying, "I know."
Yeah.
What would you say
Yeah.
to that guy?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll just be like, hey, you gotta calm yourself down and let's listen up a bit here. Yeah.
Exactly.
And I've dealt with a lot of those too.
Yeah, they know all about the gym. They know about all fitness. They know this, calories, caloric intakes, all this stuff,
Yeah.
but they're still pudgy and skinny or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, no, you don't know. So being coachable, step one is a fantastic attribute. Knowing that I'm only 9 months in this business, I may not agree with everything Kyle says on his podcast, but there's a lot of things in there that are going to work for me, and I'm going to absorb some of those. And that's what I've done in my man, it's 20 plus years now in sales that I've taken a little bit from everybody and
Yeah.
I put it into my, DNA, my genuine verbiage of this is how I talk, but I'm going to use all these things I picked up in my 20 plus years, and now I'm a master salesman or whatever you want to call it, a sales titan. So being
Uh,
teachable is a great step. So
Appreciate that.
let's talk about the first one that a lot of people that are new make a huge mistake, and that's the steps of the sale. I'm not going to go through the steps of the sale because that could be an hour in itself.
Yeah.
But on my Instagram, I have it pinned at the top of my page. It literally shows the 11 steps of the sale. And I don't know if you have Instagram or not, Ramon. Um,
I don't really use
if
it.
not, I'll screenshot it and send it to you.
Okay.
There's a reason why there's steps of the sale. There's a reason why the first thing you do with a customer is a meet and greet. There's a reason why the second thing you do is a build rapport. There's a reason why the third thing is you do a needs assessment. You got to find out what they're using the vehicle for. Who's the primary driver? Who's the secondary driver? Is it for work? Is it for business? Do you like lighter colors? Do you like darker colors? Do you need rear wheel drive? Do you need four wheel drive? There's a reason those things are in that order. And then after you find the vehicle, then you do the product presentation and then you do the demo drive. It's not a customer rolls up to the lot, this is your first time meeting them and you go on a demo drive. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
Or you go work numbers and you haven't picked out a car.
True.
So, and this even goes for veterans. So if veterans are listening out there, we start shortcutting the steps of the sale because we think we're smarter than the steps. We think the customer just wants to work numbers. They don't even want to drive it. And you feel like you're closer to the sale. Oh, they just want to work numbers? Wow, I don't even have to test drive it. But what you failed to do is let them build value in the car,
Yeah.
get that ether up, get high on the supply, get to touch buttons, get to do all this fun stuff. So when you go work numbers, it's a breeze. A lot of people I notice it, and it's common sometimes, the same guys are always the ones that are getting minis. The same guys are always the one that have the grind customer. Why is it that this sales guy always has a customer that's a grind? It's not the
Yeah.
customer. It's the way he's doing it. That's
Mhm.
setting himself up at the desk for a grind. He's not doing those steps of the sale to build that value, to build the friend, to build the trust, to build that the customer actually is on the right vehicle. So when you bring them in, the value's been built. Now it's just, hey, let's figure out your payment. Let's figure out the down payment. Let's rock and roll. Don't worry, I'm going to take care of you on the interest rate. I got it all handled. You can trust me because I built all this rapport and built all this friendship.
Okay.
I'll send you the steps of the sale, and the key is to memorize at least the first six or seven. There's 11 of them in my formula because my formula doesn't end at you made the sale. My formula ends when you made sales off the family, off the friends, off the
Mhm.
cousins, off the coworkers. That's when the steps of the sale ends is when you've gotten more deals out of your customers. So when you get a customer and you do your meet and greet, do you have a good meet and greet, a powerful meet and greet, Ramon?
Well, I made a list because I would have thought that when I would hire, there was some type of paper to go off of.
Yeah.
And I realized within my first month that whenever I get people, there was just no structure to how I was gonna go about the the process, other than the little bit of training. I don't want to say the little bit of training, but it was just kind of like a 2 week thing where they went over things, but it wasn't a step by step. Let me. This is the first step. This is the second step. This is the third step. Kind of like what you're talking. It was just kind of like, hey, look, they come through the door, say hi, how you doing? Welcome to our dealership. Come sit over here, and then you start talking about what their needs are and building a little bit of rapport. So I made a paper with some questions. I'll be honest with you. Do I go with the paper every single time? I don't. But I try to ask the important questions. What brings you into the dealership? Have you bought a vehicle from us before? What was your past experience was with finance a vehicle or buying a car? Um, is this for your family? Is this for you? Questions like that.
Yeah, I mean, you have the right idea, but
Yeah.
you kind of said it yourself, the structure. If I take a bodybuilder, if I take your physique, right?
Mm-hmm.
muscle, strong, powerful, whatever physique was. I'm sure it's yours. But I remove your skeleton. What happens to all that muscle?
Gone.
It just goes. Boom.
Yeah.
I have you on stage and you're all yoked out, and then I take your skeleton out. You're just going to
Yeah.
be a pile of goo of
Yeah.
muscle. So think of the skeleton of a bodybuilder as the steps of the sale.
Gotcha.
It's the meat is what you're saying. The meat is how you're presenting it. The meat, the muscle is how you make the customer feel. The meat is building the rapport. The structure is that skeleton that we can't see, but you have to do. Otherwise, all that stuff you have, great questions, build a rapport, the right inventory, the good manager, the right banks, it just goes to nothing because you have all the right meat, but you have no structure. So I'm going to send you the steps of the sale, and I want you to really look at each step and think, am I doing that right now? What am I skipping? And where can I get better at it? And the reason why I started this question out with, do you have a planned meet and greet? Is that's where you start your steps of the sale is the meet and greet. Hi, my name is Ramon. What's your last name again?
Mota.
What is it?
Mota. Mota.
Mota. Okay. Sorry, I
Mhm.
got all kinds of names messed up here.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, you're good. Mota.
Okay, Mota. Hi, I'm Ramon Mota. Welcome to Enterprise Car Sales. What brings you in today? Oh, by the way, and you are? And you have something planned. Hi, my name is Ramon Mota. Welcome to Enterprise Car Sales. And you are? Oh, this is John, Patty. And you just do that every single time. And when you do you know how you have stuff written down. When you do that, at first, does it feel awkward?
A little bit.
A little bit, right? It always feels awkward to do something that's like it sounds a little bit rehearsed,
Yeah.
but I promise you, if you say it genuinely and you have that awkward feeling, the customer's still getting a great experience, whether you feel awkward or not. The
Yeah.
customer is walking into a place where they're getting a warm meet and greet. How you guys doing? Welcome to Enterprise Car Sales. My name is Ramon Molta, and you are? Oh, James and Patty, very nice to meet you. What brings you in today? So it feels awkward to do that. But I promise you and I assure you, it feels great for the customer.
Yeah.
So what we have to do, Ramon, is get out of our comfort zone. Get out of
Hmm.
our, oh, have you guys been helped? Oh, can I help you? Are you here to see anybody? That's not a meet and greet. I'm trying to move on to something else. You have to make it a warm welcome. You have $1 million facility. Let's treat them like $1 million. And if you can just start with the strong meet and greet, work on those steps of the sale, you'll notice that structure it stands up on its own. And now you can build off that structure and use your pizzazz and your normal sales techniques. But you have to have a planned everything. You can never leave it to chance.
So the meet and greet is basically just that first. Hi, my name is Ramon. Welcome to Enterprise
Mhm.
Car Sales. Um, Either how are you doing today, or are you looking for anything specific, or is there anything I can help you research? When does
Hold
the
on.
meet?
Hold on. That when you go into the questions about stuff, that now we're into the needs assessment.
Gotcha.
Okay, the meet and greet is let's say you come over to my house. I live way up in North Idaho, right? It's your first time
Hmm.
in the snowy North Idaho. And you come over and you knock on my door. It's your first, oh, I'm gonna meet the car sales guy, Kyle. Yep, knock on the door. And I open it, or you have to open it yourself. And I say, oh, are you looking for anybody? How would that make you feel, Ramon, after you traveled all that way?
I would just not like that great. Like if I'm kind of uninvited or
Yeah, like, oh, is there someone I can help you find? Yeah, I'm here to see you guys. So
gotcha.
remember that when you're helping a customer, that first meet and greet, it sets up a few things. First, it sets up that you're a professional.
Yes.
It makes the customer feel warm and fuzzy, and it makes them feel like they're valued. And when you do those things effectively, then they're guard lowers. If they're
Yeah.
guard lowers, then you have a way into their heart, or I guess your whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
You got to lower that guard, and the best way you can do it is with a warm meet and greet. And you take control of that meet and greet. You don't let them ignore you. You put your hand out, you shake their hand, and you show them that they came to a professional place that cares about their business, and you thank them for coming in. My name is Ramon. How can I help you? Oh, we saw this F-150 online, it only has 40,000 miles and it's like a 2023. It's a lot of miles for a 23. Well, let me tell you how we do business at Enterprise. And then you can go into it, you show them the vehicle, and you start building a friend and you start doing your needs assessment. But that meet and greet sets it up. Okay.
So real quick,
Yeah.
you mentioned showing them the vehicle. I'm doing the meet and greet, and then I'm going to the needs assessment, or am I going to show them the car, then the needs assessment?
Well, you don't want to slow a customer down.
Gotcha,
If they come in for a car, you don't want to pause them and say, well, let me make sure it's right for you. Right?
gotcha, like that.
You can do that through building rapport and asking questions. Are you looking for something that's, let's say they're looking at an F-150, right? And it has
Yeah,
the EcoBoost, but they think it has the 5.0. So they're on the right truck. So you're showing them the truck. That's when those little things can pop up. Yeah, and the 3.5 liter is really great. The EcoBoost twin turbo. Oh, I thought this was the 5.0. You're not slowing them down to look at the vehicle, but you've discovered what they're needing. Oh, so you want the 5.0 in particular? Is there a reason why? Well, yeah, I hear they're more reliable. That's true, and maybe not, but let's take a look. So you don't want to not show them what they came in for, but
yeah,
when you're asking them questions about who's the primary driver, how many people are going to be in it, oh, we're a family of six. Well, this thing has captain's chairs up front. There's only five, right? So they came in for that vehicle, but they thought it had a bench seat, but it actually has a console. So now you can show them the right vehicle.
gotcha.
So the steps of the sale will help you figure that out.
Okay.
Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, the structure, remember the skeleton and the muscle. The steps of the sale is so important because we want to skip it when a customer says, "No, I've driven them. I've driven the F-150s before. I know how they drive. Let's just go work numbers." Remember, you think you're closer because they want to work numbers, but you're
Mm,
actually farther because they haven't built any value in the car. They haven't got to drive it.
yeah, you're okay. Gotcha.
So never skip the steps. Remember, this is my house. You come to my dealership. I get to dictate how this whole thing goes,
Yeah,
right? If you come to my house and my policy is you got to take your shoes off, you're probably going to take your shoes off because we respect each other. Or if I go to your house and you say, "Hey, Kyle, you got to take your hat off." No problem, man. It's your house. So when they come to your house, remember that.
I like that.
Let's go work the numbers. Well, I would love to just go work the numbers, but the policy here, because every vehicle is different, even though you drove one just like it, we have to test drive our customers. It can be a short drive, but I have to make sure there's no weird sounds. I got to make sure you like it. I got to make sure the seat's comfortable. So that way, when you do come back and you still give me the two thumbs up, we're going inside to work numbers.
Yeah,
But what I did as a salesman, I blame my manager or policy. It's the easy
gotcha.
it's the easiest way. Hey, I would love to do that, but Enterprise has a policy that we have to test drive our customers because there's been times we sold that customer without test driving it and they hate it after they buy it. And it's their biggest
Yeah,
regret. And I won't do that to you. I refuse to sell a car that's not the right one for a customer. I get it, Ramon. All right, let's go drive it. Next thing you know, you're building a friend on the test drive. They show you where they used to work. That's their old school, and you built a friend, and they built a ton of value in that test drive, and
yeah.
you wanted to skip it, and you skipped such a vital part.
And I guess in a way, you kind of maintain control as well. Um,
Yes.
and you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess that's important
Well,
too.
people will relinquish the control to a professional.
Gotcha. Ooh, I
They'll,
like that.
when you go to the dentist, you relinquish your control because he's a professional. You're not
Hmm.
trying to get in there with them. Oh, I got this cavity. Yeah, let me borrow your thing. No, it's like, help me. You're the professional. I'm the amateur. Fix my tooth. It hurts. Same thing when you break an arm. Same thing when you go get measured for a suit. Same thing when you do all these things. If the guy is professional enough, you say, take the wheel. You do it.
Yeah,
But if you go to a dentist that's kind of iffy, the building's kind of ratty, he doesn't really have the right tools, right?
yeah, yeah.
You want to be that dentist or the other one?
I want to be the professional.
Yes. So you got to start up here. I am the pro, you are the amateur. I've only been doing this 9 months, but in my 9 months, I've sold more cars than you've ever bought in your entire life. I'm the pro.
Hmm.
This is how the structure works. Let's find the right vehicle for you. All right.
Perfect. Perfect.
Another thing that you can start now, start tomorrow. If you sell a car, you document that customer name, first name. I'm sure you have a CRM system,
Yes.
but if you can find a second way to document your customers, even if it's on a yellow notepad, James or Michael, James bought this F-150, has a dog, has a wife, does all this stuff. Because if you can go back in 3 months and call that guy, James, yeah, it's Ramon. How you doing, man? Oh, you the guy at Enterprise. Yeah, just calling to see how you're liking your truck still. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. All right, boss. You know I'm here if you need anything. Cool. Bye. So if CRM systems, you got to find it and search it and scan and click, and it's hard to find sold customers unless your CRM system's
Yeah.
really efficient. But if you can write down these customers' names and just every time it's slow, I'm not calling to sell them another car after 3 months. What I'm doing is calling to make sure they know I like them, I care about them, and I want to make sure they're
Yeah.
still happy with their purchase. Because what will happen every once in a while, you call someone, oh man, I'm glad you called, Ramon. My buddy's looking for a truck. Oh, shoot. Well, I'm glad I called too. What's his name and number? All right, yeah, I'm writing it down. Go ahead. Boom, 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 310, or is it 301 over there? I don't know what it is over there. What's your area
Yeah.
code?
407.
I'm way off.
You said 310. That was Miami. That's I think that no, Miami's 305.
Oh, 305. Anyway, okay. So that's why I recommend as a new person in the business, if you can document every sold customer, your sold customers are your gold mine. Your sold customers will feed you month in and month out, deal after deal after deal. I know a guy on the East Coast, north of you, that works at a Kia dealership. That's all he sells is referrals. He'll sell three, four a day of referrals.
What?
He sells 40 cars a month. I know him. I'm trying to get him on the podcast.
That's amazing.
But it's because of referrals. He loves his sold customers. He takes pictures with them. He cares about them. He gives them gift cards. I mean, he does a lot of stuff for these customers, and he makes sure they feel valued, and then they send him more customers. He doesn't have to take ups.
Yeah.
He might have to grab an overflow once in a while, but
Yeah.
he's
I
the
like
go-to guy at the dealership, and that's what you could do. But the only way you do that is if you actually care about your sold customers. It's just not
yeah.
one and done.
I like that. I like that. There's some I'll admit there's some customers that um I like grow a relationship with and they'll send
Yeah.
me a person or two. And then there's some customers that I'm just happy I sold them a car and I'll be honest, I forget about them.
Yeah. Okay, so check this out.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. Those customers that you want to forget about, those customers that are hard to deal with, those, if you can turn that customer, those are sometimes the most loyal
Mm.
because they block everybody out of their life. Nobody's their friend. But if you can call them and say, I told you, Ramon, the truck's fine. You don't got to call me. Hey, I'm just making sure you're good. All right. I appreciate it. Okay, bye, bye, bye. Next time you call him, what's up, Ramon? Oh, what are you calling me for? Like you're going to start creeping into that person, and then those are the people that become some of the loyalists. That the word loyalist, because no, they don't let anybody in their life. Oh, but my car guy, my aunt, grandma, and my two daughters. That's the only people I like in my life. Ramon's the only guy in my family that sends me a Christmas card every year. Right?
Yeah.
So those customers that you don't like, never want to see again, was a grind, beat you up, you didn't make any money. Those are the ones that you try double hard to get on their good side. Because if they think, man, Ramon's so nice after we beat him up for 3 hours last week, maybe he is a nice guy. Maybe he's just not just a normal car sales guy. But the key here is document your sold customers and follow up with them as long as you can until they buy another car.
Perfect. I like that.
So another one too, and this is something that it took me a while to realize this in the car business, but I'm glad I can tell you after 9 months is you are a business within Enterprise's building.
Mm.
You are your own business. You are the CEO of Ramon Motors,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to treat it as such. Okay. If
Yes, sir.
that was your dealership and you had $25,000 a month in bills that to keep that dealership open, or 50,000 a month in bills, would you be sitting back sipping on a energy drink, scrolling through TikTok? No.
Yeah,
You'd be
no,
like, I need to make $50,000 to keep this business open.
absolutely.
So think of it when you're at the dealership. I am the CEO of my business. Am I a Fortune 500 company or am I a mom and pop on the corner that's going out of business?
Fortune 500.
Okay. I
Yes,
like that
sir.
energy. Fortune 500.
Mhm.
So tomorrow when you're are you working tomorrow? I think I asked that.
I am not,
Okay.
but I do have a deal, so I'm gonna
Not
go ahead.
going. Okay. Well, the next time you're on shift, think about I am a Fortune 500 company. I am the CEO. I'm the president. I run the show, and I have to make an exorbitant amount of money to keep my business open.
I
And
like
if you
that.
can shift the mind that you're the business, enterprise provides the paper, the bathrooms, the coffee, the cars. You really have no overhead other than nice clothes and whatever you need, cologne for the car
Yeah,
business, right? But you have really no overhead. But pretend like you do, and pretend like I need to put up $10,000 of commissions this month to stay afloat, or whatever number you put out there, 12,000, 8,000, whatever the number is, you got to hit it. I can't fail. Otherwise, the bank is going to take my business. And if you
I,
can go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I guess I can think of my overhead as my house, my bills and my house and
Yeah,
keeping my son, making sure he's good and food in the house. Like those are my overhead, right? And I got to make sure that I'm making
more.
over. Yeah,
So again, write things down, write down to the penny what I have to
yeah,
make to stay alive, what I need to make to be happy, and what I have to make to be an investor. And
yes,
then
sir.
you start fighting for that. You write it down, you fight for it. Okay, and then let's see. Okay, here's something I wanted to bring up. Have you ever been to a hole in the wall type of restaurant? It's small, it doesn't seat that many people, it's kind of out of the way.
Yeah,
And you go in there, and they're always busy. Like, how is
yeah,
the sandwich place always busy? It's like on the weird side of town, it's small, there's no seating, but they're always busy.
yeah.
What is the answer, you think?
If it's a restaurant, I've been to a couple places like that, and I like to think that I don't like to think the food is just good.
The product's good, the food.
The product is good, yeah. The food is good, yeah.
Okay, now if the food is good but the service sucks, would it be busy?
If the food was good but the service sucks, would it be busy? Probably not that busy.
It would
Oh,
still have its people buying. It's a good sandwich,
yeah, yeah, right.
but it wouldn't be maximizing every
No,
unity. Okay, so what I'm getting at here is your dealership may not have all the inventory. Your dealership may be in a weird spot in the city. Your dealership may not be, the biggest and most lavish, and you got showrooms and cars spinning in the showroom, all that stuff. But what makes your company, right, Ramon's company, good is you have great service and you have a good product. Yes, I'm on the weird side of town. Yes, my showroom isn't huge. Yes, I don't have everything perfect, but my service is killer and my product is killer. So if you can focus on service and presenting your product in the best light possible, then you can be that hole in the wall sandwich place that's always busy. There's a line of people wanting that In-N-Out burger for a reason. They have good service and they have
yeah,
good burgers. It, if In-N-Out raised their burger to $20 for a meal, it would still be that busy. So the price, I mean, they can't charge 100, but the price isn't as relevant as the service and the product. Go
I
ahead.
was gonna a good example of that. We have Publix. It's like a supermarket chain here in Florida and Georgia, the Southeast really. And I want to say they're probably 30 to 40% pricier than Walmart. But a lot of people, including myself, would just rather go to Publix. The customer service is just so much better. There's cashiers in every single lane. I'm just in and out, even though I'm paying.
Yeah.
more, 30 to 40% more, but the service just it just brings me back.
So
So that's a good
there's your example of it. And,
yeah.
and remember this, you're not competing against the Ford store's F-150. You're not competing against the Chevy's half ton. You're competing against the Ford sales guy. You're competing against the Chevy dealer salesperson because they're what actually sells the vehicle. They're the ones who actually do this customer service. If you can be more convincing than the competition, then you're going to be that sandwich shop or that restaurant that or the grocery store that charges more but is always busy. Why is that?
Yeah.
Because they're better at what they do, so they can charge more. So if you get people, customers that come in with a higher quote, or I saw some lower prices over there. Well, yeah, they're lower. Let me tell you why they're lower, right? And you have to come up with something and truly be convincing enough of why they're lower versus enterprise. Enterprise a little bit higher, but let me tell you why enterprise might be $1,000 more. Okay. There's a
Yeah.
reason why, and I was going to talk about this then, but I'm going to tell you right now. There's a reason why people trade in cars. Why is that? No one trades in a perfectly good car. Otherwise, they would trade it in the next day or 3 months after. They trade in cars because something in them is saying, I need to trade this car and it's getting a little old. That's what you're buying at the used car lots at dealerships. You're buying trade-ins, stuff that people are tired of fixing, stuff that people are tired of looking at, people that, too many issues with it. Boom, they trade it in and now you're over there buying it. Enterprise doesn't sell trade-ins. Well, I don't know.
Mhm.
You got to word this how you word it. Enterprise
Yeah.
retires rental cars that go through vigorous inspections, that gone through vigorous inspections its entire life. So now when you buy this vehicle, yeah, it's $500 more, but you're getting a clean bill of health on this vehicle, and you know all service records are caught up and everything has been done to it. So when you leave today with it, Mr. Customer, you're leaving with a product that you can have confidence in, right? So you got to
Ivan, I'm working.
you got to find something to hook on to and find out a way to be better than the competition in your dealership or in your
Yeah, a
because it
100%.
isn't that I mean, I know Enterprise probably takes trade-ins. Do you guys sell trade-ins too?
Well, we take trade-ins and we sell trade-ins, but all of our cars, we cannot sell a car that's not certified. So all of our cars are certified. We cannot sell a car that's over 10 years old, and we cannot sell a car that has over 100,000 miles.
Gotcha.
So, certification process, inspection, if it doesn't pass that, it does not end up in our lot. We cannot sell a car that has like a rebuilt tire or any major damage or anything like that.
Okay. Do you tell customers that what you just told me?
For the most part,
Yeah, that's a good sales pitch.
at least 90% of the time, yeah.
Yeah. Now the next step is how you say it. And
Yeah.
and why is that more important for them with you than well, Ford has certified, right?
Yeah.
Now what? Ford has certified and it's $1,000 cheaper. Well, you got to remember that's someone's trade-in. Let me tell you why people trade in cars, right? You got to
Yeah.
find something. You got to find
Yeah.
something to hook on to be better than the other salespeople. Because if you're average salesperson and they say, I want to think about it, within 72 hours of them visiting your dealership, they will buy a car. They're just waiting for someone that's good enough to sell them. It's not the
Mm,
if it was the product, then no one would shop at anywhere else but Walmart. If it was just the price.
yeah.
It's more than that. People need to see value in the car they're buying, the dealership, and they need to see value in you.
100%. Love that.
So, so be that hole in the wall restaurant or that grocery store. Think about that when you're helping customers. Why do I go to that restaurant or that grocery store and pay more? Oh, it's the service. It's the accessibility. It's quick. It's easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions there?
No, just everything you're saying and that last part is like, it's how you say it, right? Like, I guess they say like sales is the transfer of energy, something like that. And, the way you're saying it is you can just, you sound really persuasive.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
obviously, you're a super confident person. You've been doing this for a long time. But there's a difference between how you're saying it and how someone maybe with either not that much of experience or just not that much confidence would say it. And there's a difference between a sale and not a sale.
Yeah, and I'll give you an example. It happened today. We had a customer that was buying a vehicle. They had a pre-approval with their bank, and they didn't want us to do anything other than just use their approval. Right?
Mm,
We're not directly linked with this particular credit union, so I couldn't link their deal to directly. So they would have to leave the dealership, go all the way back, get a check, and come back. And they were very upset about it. They're like, "Well, I've been buying cars all this time." So they're not talking to me yet. They're talking with the sales guy. Well, the sales guy doing the best he can. He's getting punched from all directions from both customers, and they were pretty tough. Well, he goes and gets the finance guy. The finance guy comes out and he's doing battle with them. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm just waiting for them to all turn around and come to the sales manager, me. I'm just sitting there patiently. And I know
yeah.
they're coming. I'm just waiting for the explosion to make it to my desk. And here they come. The finance guy comes around who's been in the business longer than me. He comes
Oh,
over and tells me, hey, and I'm not bashing them. They're great people, great salespeople. They come over and tell me the problem. So just like the way I'm talking to you and pretending like I'm talking to customers is the exact type and tone I use with her. I said, first and foremost, I am so sorry we're not directly linked with your credit union. We used to be, but there must have been a falling out between our dealerships. But I will find a solution to this problem. Just give me a second to wrap my head around what I'm dealing with. So you have a pre-approval and you're supposed to just come in, sign for it, and take the vehicle, right? Yeah, that's how it goes. Okay, understandable. We deal with that a lot. But the only way I can release a vehicle is if I can actually be paid on it. I have to have something that says I'm going to be paid on it before I release a vehicle. So here's my solution. And she just totally when they were
mm,
bossing around my finance guy and my sales guy. But when they came to the professional that knows how to speak, and I
mm,
said, here's what I'm thinking. How about we do this? I'm going to do a backup contract. I'm going to sign you with another bank. You're going to bring a check tomorrow or the next day for the entire amount, and I'm going to take my contract and go, I'm going to tear it up. So that way you can take the vehicle tonight. I know you have a busy schedule tomorrow. You're going to take the vehicle tonight. If you don't ever show up, I can cash this contract. But you're not that type of person. You're going to come with the money, right? Well, yeah. So let's do it that way, and then you can take the car tonight. Oh, thank you so much. I just didn't want to have to come back because my husband has to leave, and I have to come back, and I didn't want to do all that. So that's what we'll do. I'll bring a check tomorrow. So the customers that were beating my guys up, all of a sudden were just like this at the desk.
yeah.
Okay. And what the scary part is, I probably didn't say anything different than them. They're just as knowledgeable as me,
Yeah.
but who is the professional and who is the amateur? Okay. So when you're
Yeah.
talking to customers, take control, man. They need control. These people were 850 scores. They could have paid cash. I mean, they were the top tier customer that is used to telling people what to do. They're the
Yeah.
bosses of their business. They're the people that tell their kids, hey, go clean the yard. And all of a sudden they meet Kyle and they're just like, ah, okay, because of
Yeah.
how I said it, not what I said. It's how I said it. So remember that it doesn't take years of experience to do it if you're practicing every day, Ramon. So when you get home, it looks like you have a nice little office there. Write stuff down, role play. Even if you get your daughter or your kids or whoever, girlfriend, let's role play. You tell me
Yeah.
the payment's too high. Well, I understand the payment's too high. It's never too low. I've never had a customer tell me it's too low and they start laughing.
Mm-hmm.
What is it too high based on? What you've researched, what you can afford, what the budget says, what your bank said, right? You start asking questions, and questions are the person that's in control. So
Mm,
it's how you say it, it's what you say. Okay, so let's keep moving
yeah.
on. Okay, one of the things I want to recap before we move on is sell the reason why enterprise vehicles are better than other dealerships.
Gotcha.
How many people are in your population?
Um, in my area, like how many people are in my city?
Yeah, like general population in your area.
General population in my area, probably close to 400,000. Metro area, including a couple neighboring towns, probably close to 3 million.
Three
I'm in the
million.
central Florida area.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's just use the immediate, the 400,000, because those are your
Yeah.
real customers right there.
Mm-hmm.
How many cars did your dealership sell last month, give or take?
72.
Okay, so if you do the math on the the market share, if you do a pie chart and you have 400,000 people and you guys sold 73, what is your market share on the pie chart?
Oof.
It's not
Zero
even,
point
it's not a
zero
sliver.
zero. Yeah.
It's not a sliver. So
Yeah.
right now, the way the dealership is being run is not like that special mom and pop that has all the people coming in and like, like the grocery store. It's
Yeah.
right now your dealership is like, what do we do? Get more people in. Well, how? Right?
Yeah.
No one's taking
Exactly.
it, no one's doing it like a Fortune 500. That's where you come in. And you can really change the shift of your career. Maybe you can't fix those guys, but you can fix yours. So, um, sell the reason why enterprise vehicles are better than other dealerships, and you'll start getting more sales. Another thing too, Ramon, is you need to still be exciting, be fun, be creative, be interesting, be intelligent, and be the reason why they want to spend money with you. Be the reason. Don't be an obstacle for them. Yeah,
Okay.
I really like this car. Well, we close in 45 minutes. Like be the reason. I'm not saying that's what you, but there's gonna be stuff that you're like, you just don't want to be the obstacle. Oh, we close in 5 minutes. Can you guys come back tomorrow? No, they want to buy a car right now.
So, so you know what's funny, Cal? That this is kind of not my struggle, but in just full disclosure, I have a manager, a finance manager that's like that. Give me 1 second, Kyle.
No problem.
Ivan. Sorry.
No, you're fine. It actually didn't
Never-
mute, so I'm glad you didn't say
Yeah, no,
anything crazy.
you're so I have a manager that he's very much 4 o'clock we close on Sunday. Hey, listen, customer comes through walk through the door at 3:15. Hey, guys, I don't want to rush you or anything, but we got to go at 4. We're closing at 4 p.m. Listen, I want to go home at 4 p.m. too, but I'm also trying to pay my bills.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of the things we've talked to the sales manager about it. Either way, but listen, I'm the type of person I'll go on my day off. I'll stay till midnight if I have to.
Yeah.
But there's just some obstacles from my higher ups in that regard.
Well, what I would do is when you do have those customers, well, you just tell them, well, let's see if we can get them done by 4. But I am selling this car, and
Hey,
you be the pro you are. And if he keeps giving you flack, document it.
I like that.
Left at 4, doesn't care about sales, whatever. Because if you don't
Yeah.
have documentation, then it didn't happen.
Oh, you mean like document it on our CRM or
No, no, no.
Salesforce
Document it on a piece of paper, and if you
piece
ever
of paper? Gotcha.
if you ever have to go back to your sales manager and say, "Listen, these are all the days I was trying to sell cars, and he wanted to leave and pressured my customer out of here. You want me to
Ooh, I
sell,
like that.
you want me to sell 5 more cars? Well, there's the 5 right there.
I
Go
like that.
talk to him. He's always trying to get out of here early. He puts pressure on me and the other guys. The customers feel uncomfortable. They leave. There's my 5 deals.
I like that.
And
I
then
like that.
because it's not your job to correct people, it's your job to sell some cars.
Yeah.
You're also not going to get bullied by a finance guy that doesn't want to. And what's he doing that for that's so important? I mean, like you know what I mean? Like really,
Yeah.
like what is so important that you have to leave here at 4 o'clock? Well, I want to get home and watch TV. Okay, well, I want to make money, don't you? And y-
Once to watch the football game. I
that'll
love the guy. I love the guy, but it's just something I'll be honest with you. In my 9 months there, and I'm gonna count from what I've seen from my other sales consultants as well. We've probably lost a good 15 deals just off of that. But that's a story for another day. Like you said, document and
document it. Then
yeah,
you can actually show your manager on this date, this what, not that you're trying to get the guy fired but someone has
yeah,
to do something if we're losing deals. If your sales manager is saying, "Hey, we need 100 cars this month," well, we lost 15 because he wanted to leave early. I'm not trying to bash the guy. I'm not trying to get him in trouble, but here's the answer for 15 more cars. You know what I mean? We're not tattletales, but it is a business, and you are your own businessman, so you have to be
yeah,
they're going to be accountable on you about your numbers. You better have answers of stuff too.
yeah. I like that.
Okay. Um, another thing, do you guys get internet leads?
Yes.
Okay. So you have to change your mindset on internet leads and you have to attack them with a ferocious approach. I read
Mm,
some stats, and these are real world stats. It
okay.
takes 15 contacts per lead to hold a 19% closing ratio on those leads.
Repeat that part.
It takes 15 contacts per lead to close 19% of your internet leads. The,
Wow.
the average dealership closes around 9 to 10%. Okay. But Ramon's not average.
Nope.
So the dealerships are closing 9 to 10% of their leads because they're the easy leads. They're the people that already put in their credit. They're the people that have a car picked out. They're the people that answered right off the bat. They're the people that texted right away. Those are the easy leads. We're selling 9 to 10% of those. That's probably what your store's doing. But it's been proven that if you can contact a person 15 times, now I'm not saying send him 15 emails and texts and he never responds. What I'm talking about is he responds and you guys go back and forth, and there's a couple days in between, and he kind of ghosted you, but you keep being relentless. Well, if you can get to that magic number of 15, your internet lead closing ratio doubles.
Gotcha.
So don't be so quick to I call it the one and done. Don't be so quick to one and done an internet lead. Oh, can't get a hold of them, trash. You got to be relentless on it.
Okay, so I'm contacting first day. I send an email. I call them 2 times, leave a voicemail, maybe send a text. The next day, I 8 days goes by,
Yeah.
and this person doesn't respond to my emails, text. At that point, like, are you saying because you're saying that they need to reach back out to me at some point?
They got to be alive, you know what I mean?
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
But don't give up at 10 attempts. Go to that 15. So if you send an email, text, and call, there's three. And let's say this
Yeah,
customer truly ghosts you, and you stop at those three and they didn't hear a response, you're a little bit closer to making contact. The next day, email, text, call. So now you're at 6, 9, 12, 15 attempts, put them in the trash.
gotcha.
Dead lead. But don't give up before 15 because statistically, you're almost a 20% closing ratio on internet leads. And that's where a lot of dealerships miss the boat because they're so worried about, all right, I did my leads, I did my task. Can I get back on the lot?
Yeah.
No, man, you need to not just fulfill the task, really think, okay, yesterday I called him, didn't answer. You know what? Today I'm going to call him twice in a row and see if he answers.
Hmm.
Don't leave a message, call again. Oh, hey, oh, caught you, or whatever. You start but 15 attempts. So remember that 15 attempts and your closing ratio will double in internet leads, or, give or take. You still got to be good on the phone. You still got to know what you're talking about. You you
Yeah.
can't be lame on the phone.
Hmm.
Okay. What is the point of an appointment, Ramon?
The point of an appointment?
Yeah, you set an appointment. What's the next step for that appointment? What do they got to do?
Well, they got to show up.
Okay, pause. So they got to show up. So you can be grinding on the phone, email, text, all this, and you finally get that appointment, right? It's like a victory. Got an
Yeah.
appointment for tomorrow. It feels good. And then they show up the next day, right? Boom, boom, boom. You sell them a car. That was a job well done. Okay. But everything we did to get that appointment, it took a lot of work. It's not just as easy as, you know, would you like to come in? No, you got to do all the sales pitch to get them in. You might have to work some numbers and do all that. But now they're here. So your VIP appointment is here. Okay. We need to treat fresh ups as important as a hard-earned appointment. Okay.
Gotcha.
We got to take every single up seriously, and we have to do everything we can to take them through the process. So take the up seriously, take them through the process. Take the up seriously, take them through the process. No matter what they look like, no matter what they drove in, you take them seriously because it takes a lot just to get a customer on the lot through emails and internet leads. Why would we discount the one that showed up willingly? Right?
Yeah.
They came on
Yeah.
their own accord to come to the dealership. You didn't have to convince them. We need to take that up seriously. So when you get ups, make sure you make sure they know they're valuable, do that beautiful meet and greet, and don't skip any steps. Now, what I notice salespeople do, and maybe you're not allowed to do this, or maybe this is a habit you see, is they come in looking for a truck. You go sit down at your computer to see if it's in stock. It's not in stock. And then they say, and you tell them, well, if something comes in like that, I'll let you know. Does that ever happen at your dealership?
I try not to do that. I
Good.
try to sell them something on the lot. We have three enterprise dealerships in the Orlando area, so I try to see what we have in other sites, or if there's something coming through certification. Um, yeah, I'll try to sell them something. I'm not gonna just let them leave without selling them something.
Good. You got to sell what you see. Don't put them on a wish list that that you might have something comparable on the lot that they might say okay to.
Yeah, yeah.
So the importance of walking the lot with your customers is incredible. Got to walk the
Mhm.
lot. Even if you know the car they came in for, it was unique and it sold, pretend like you don't know if it's gone or not and walk that lot because more often than not, a customer will say, well, what's that? Well, it's not the Genesis you're looking for. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's the new Camry
Yeah.
all-wheel drive. Oh, well, shoot, let's look at this.
So you're saying go out there and walk and look at all the cars with the customer.
Yes, let them shop. Ta
Wow.
So think about this, okay? When you were 10 years old and your mom took you to the store, what department did you want to go into?
The candy store, the candy department. If I'm a kid, that's or at least the toy store,
Okay.
the toy department or
Okay,
something.
let's use toys for example.
Yeah,
Now, if your mom's only showed you one toy, but you saw all these aisles of cool colors and all this stuff, how would you feel as a kid?
yeah. I feel like woo. Yeah, that's we're having fun now.
Yeah, but if mama only says you can look at this one, you're going to feel cheated. I want to go look at all of them, mom. Right?
Yeah,
So as adults, as grown men, what's our new kind of toy?
uh, cars and clothes and shoes. Yeah, but cars. Yeah,
Expensive stuff, cars,
yeah,
motorcycles, dirt bikes, clothes,
yeah,
whatever, jets.
yeah,
Who knows how much money these people have? So when a customer comes in, he wants to look at a specific truck and you know it sold, pretend like it didn't sold for a minute. Because if you tell him it sold, he might leave.
yeah,
But you can say, you know what? I saw that on the lot yesterday. Let's go take a walk because sometimes my system will say it's sold or not sold or and it's completely gone. Let's go take a walk. And then you can say, man, I'm not seeing it out here, but you never know what else caught that guy's eye
yeah.
because you allowed that little kid to shop at the toy store. And
I like that.
he wanted with a Batman figure when he came in, but he leaves with a Superman figure because
Mhm.
guess what? Batman wasn't available, but shoot, I still like Superman. Well, the Ford wasn't available, but shoot, I still like Rams. I've had Rams for years. So you got to let your customer shop.
I really like that, and it's a little different from what some of my managers have kind of taught us with like they basically teach us not to go out there and walk a lot with the customer because we'll overwhelm them. Basically, do a needs assessment based on what they say to you. Go grab two keys, two different options, pull it up to the front, show them those two options, and I guess see whether they like it or not.
I got you. And there's a method to them, right? There's a method to your manager's stuff. I'm not saying they're doing it wrong.
Yeah,
The car business, lots of things work, lots of things don't. But
yeah,
if they continue doing things the way they're doing, are they going to sell 150 cars next month?
no,
Okay, so something has to change. So why don't we try some new things like
yeah,
actually walking our customers through the lot, letting them find something and playing dumb if it's sold or not, and let the customer shop. Let that little boy or that little girl walk through that toy section and find a comparable vehicle and fall in love with something else. And the way you can tell they like something is if you, I always did this. I walked a little bit ahead of the customer on the lot. The moment I saw them stutter step, I'm all walking and I'm kind of keeping an eye on them. As soon as I saw them stutter step, that means they something caught their eye. I'm like, oh, what's that? Oh, this is good looking. You
Yeah.
for those little cues, and then you can pull that car out and show it to them.
Gotcha.
But think about yourself when you go shopping. What are you into? Clothes, car?
Um, what am I into? I mean, I'm into. I don't want to say I'm into clothes or shoes because I'm really not. I just buy what's necessary.
Gotcha.
I like to eat.
Let's say a restaurant, right? You go to a
Yeah,
restaurant.
yeah, yeah,
The guy at
yeah,
the guy that's taking your order is like, okay, on our menu today is a burrito or a taco, right? That's how your managers are saying it. What do you want?
yeah,
I had those yesterday. All right, well, I appreciate it. Or our special today is da 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 da, but we have a plethora of other flavors. You can do this da 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 da. And yeah, it could be overwhelming, but that's where a professional says, "Hey, let's narrow it down. What are you in the mood for?" Well, I'm kind of hoping
yeah,
for steak. Oh shoot, let me turn the page. Here's our steak specials. Doom doom doom. So now 150 vehicles of inventory just went down to actually what they're in the mood for. So think about that analogy too.
yeah. To be honest with you, it actually you're the way you're going about like your example is way better than how we do it because number one, we don't have an extensive inventory. It's not like they have to go through 500 different cars. At most, we might have 100 cars on the lot, on average, anywhere between 60 to 80. And honestly, we're probably talking maybe 7 or 8 different cars.
Gotcha.
Altimas, Corollas, Rogues, and
Yeah.
seven
And
or eight more.
and let's give your customers the benefit of the doubt that they're not so lame that they get overwhelmed with 60 cars.
Yeah, right.
Let's give
True.
them some credit that they're smart enough to say, yeah, I like the Altimas, but I'm really looking for a Camry. Not, I'm so overwhelmed. There's so many vehicles.
Yeah.
Let give them the benefit of the doubt that they're smart enough to not be overwhelmed. And if you have an overwhelmed customer and you can detect that, you know what? There's a lot of stuff out here. It can be overwhelming. Let me do this. I'm going to have you guys sit inside and I'm going to pull up a couple of rigs for you that I think you'll like. Boom. That now your manager stuff works.
Yeah.
And listen to me. I'm not knocking your managers. Your managers are managers for a reason.
Hmm.
All I'm saying, let's try a different thing because if we want different results, we have to do different things.
Yeah.
If the dealership struggles to get to 100 units, let's try something new. Okay.
What do you think of like showing them like the website while they're sitting with you?
So the website can be dangerous
Gotcha. Okay.
because does that website show vehicles that Enterprise has in another city?
Yeah. That's why I don't like to show it
That's
to
the
them.
one they're going to fall in love with, the one
Yeah.
that you can't get your hands on, or they
Yeah.
lost the keys, or you got to listen to this, sell what you see.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm with that.
Now use that as your last resort, not your first.
Hmm.
It doesn't look like we have it on the lot what you're looking for. I got an idea. I have an extensive inventory on my website. Let's go inside and check it out. That's the one I want. Okay, requesting over. Let's get a deposit. Let's do a credit app. Boom, boom, boom. We'll drive this Ultima while I'm requesting this one so you know exactly what you're getting into as far as driving. Perfect. Okay. What's your credit app? And then boom, you can sell a car based on that, the way that one drove, and get this one over here and then drive that one. But I would use the website as last because they're gonna always want the one that's not on your lot. It's just how it works.
Yeah, it's all yeah.
So if you get in the bad habit of showing the vehicles that you on the website that you don't have, then that customer leaves. Okay, call me when you get it over here, or I'll drive over there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not a fan of showing websites. I'm not, yeah. I'm whatever's on the lot. Since Enterprise also is a rental car business, we can pull cars from the rental
Right.
side, but it typically takes 2 to 3 weeks. I don't have 2 to 3 weeks to play with you.
No, and they'll change their mind in that time period anyway.
Exactly.
Changes. So the only sometimes we are our own worst enemies. We make our own problems. If you tell a customer that you can pull a vehicle out of rental, you've just set yourself up for a problem. So let's not tell customers we can do that.
I like that.
Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for an issue. Well, I could pull out a rental because you're trying to get that sale so bad. I could pull out a rental. Oh, okay, let's do that. But it won't be available for 2 or 3 weeks. Oh, that's a problem when that customer might have picked something else out. No, that's not available. It's a rental car right now. You'll have to wait months and months and months for it to be done. But
Yeah.
let's find something that we do have here. Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right. We're coming up on an hour, Ramon. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
go through these last two.
Yes, sir.
If you have questions, let me know. So I know you mentioned you don't have a whole lot of social media presence.
Yeah.
It's something you should work on.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't necessarily have to always be in the video and always, being the guy in the video. You can post a picture of a car and say, "What do you guys think of this color?" And just get some interaction to start off with. Or do a
Yep.
video of, the sound of the exhaust of a Mustang GT, a cold start. What do you guys think of the sound of the exhaust? We're just looking for interaction.
I like that.
And then you can put come see Ramon at, and then put your cell number and your address.
Yeah.
Um, and then you can also post you with your customers. Hey, let's stand by the truck and get a selfie. And then you post that. Another happy sold customer over at da 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 da. Come see
Yeah.
Ramon. Just start with something simple. The key is to get your name out there. So remember, back to your own business. If no one knows about you, how you expect to sell?
Yeah.
It's marketing 101. If the product is not on the shelf, it can't sell. If all my product is locked in the back of the grocery store, it will never sell. It has to be on a shelf. Even if the product is ugly, overpriced, a little messed up, if it's on the shelf, it has the ability to sell. So you need to put yourself on the shelf, self on the shelf, so you can sell. You can sell yourself.
Absolutely.
And then Facebook Marketplace, I would post 2 to 4 cars every day until you run out of inventory and
Mm,
start getting some leads on your own. Make your own leads. Yes, marketplace people lowball. Yes, marketplace people want to trade in, Pokemon cards or whatever. But there's going to be that one guy that sees that exact vehicle he's been looking for, and he comes and sees you through marketplace.
I
Okay.
like that.
And the final one, and this is good for a new guy because it takes time to do this, is you need to be a chameleon. You need to be adaptable to all types of customer. The 800 credit score business owner, all the way down to the 480 score, I need a car bad. And everything in between, the engineers, the family guy, the single mother, the grandma, the old couple, the showboater, the wannabe, the guy with terrible credit that thinks he has good credit, the guy that has a trade that he thinks is worth 10,000 more. You got to be able to adapt to all these because all of those people buy cars.
Yeah.
But if you're only good with the ma and pa, I'm really good with old people, and I'm good with people that have rough credit. Well, everyone's good with those. That's the easiest customer. The ma and
Yeah.
pa I'll trust everybody, and the bad credit guy just needs a ride. It's are you good with the guy that makes a $500,000 a year? Are you good with the guy that came up in an Escalade that's paid off? Are you good with the engineer that's looking at the Audi that wants to dissect everything? Or you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
So what I'm getting at here is when you see an up come on the lot and you feel yourself prejudging them and you don't really want to take that up, go get them
Yeah.
because that's the guy you need to get good with.
Yeah. Kyle, one of my best sales or sales that I've been most proud of are people that I thought I couldn't like connect with or were just completely different from my style, and I was able to just play the chameleon, adapt to them, build a friend, and close them. Those are the sales that actually made me feel the best because it was customers that I didn't think that I could possibly close on or we didn't connect, but I was able to play the part.
That is awesome because we no matter how good you are in the business, we have self-doubt. Oh man, this is gonna be a tough one. It's just
Yeah.
human nature. We have self-doubt, and then you overcome self-doubt with an accomplishment and success. It is a great feeling. The voucher could have been 200 or 1,000, but the fact that you got that one done is like, yeah, I
Yeah.
closed the hardest. No one here closed that guy. He's been in here 3 times, and I closed him. Sometimes
Yeah.
that's a good feeling. It's like making it to the top of Mount Everest, man. You climb that mountain. So
Yeah.
so remember that I'm really happy you have that story to tell because and those experiences, because now when you see that customer pull up and it goes against every grain that you feel comfortable with, that's the up to take, because that's how you get good with
Absolutely.
everybody. And then you can close everybody. Of course, you want to take the old couple up. Everyone wants that.
Yeah.
No one's nervous about that up. How you guys doing? Yeah, my name's Ramon. Welcome in. What brings you in? So easy to talk to.
Yeah.
They have no weapons. Or the get me done. Yeah, if you can get me, I got a 580 score, but I got 8,000 down. No problem, man. Let me see what I can do. No weapons. He's at our mercy.
Yeah.
It's the guy that has the Escalade and the paid off and the beautiful wife and the kids that look like supermodels. And
Hmm.
it's like, oh, if you
Yeah.
deal with them, welcome in. Nice to meet you. My name's Ramon, and you are? Well, I'm John. And who's this? This is Sandy. Nice to meet you, Sandy. And are these your children? Oh, yeah, very nice to meet you. First and foremost, what a beautiful Escalade you guys came in. Absolutely stunning. Thank you guys for coming in. My name's Ramon. And what brings you in today? Well, we saw this car for my daughter. It's an Audi. Which daughter's getting it? Congrats. Well, they haven't got it yet. I know. We still got to talk mom and dad. All right. But like you take control of that customer when you become comfortable with that customer.
Amen.
So
Yeah.
be adaptable. The chameleon is the best way to do it. A chameleon can blend into anything,
Hmm.
patterns, right?
Yes, sir.
The only way it happens is to practice. Never pass an up because you don't like the way they look or their vibe. Get good with everybody. And practice makes perfect. Did you mention you like basketball?
Yes.
Okay. You love basketball. You probably heard this analogy in my podcast episodes, but who's your
Hmm.
favorite basketball player?
All time, Michael Jordan.
Same here. Same here. Same
Yeah.
here. Okay.
Yeah.
Did he wait to get to the NBA to start practicing?
No.
Did he wait until the game started to start practicing?
No.
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 So why in the world will we start practicing when we get that customer? That's not time to practice. That's when the lights are on and the cameras are on. Now
Hmm.
when you're in front of the customer, it's showtime. The practice needs to be done right here, like what we're doing,
Yeah.
and before work and after work. Yeah, it's tedious, but we got to do it until we get good. Now with Michael Jordan, he was very special because, and he still is very special because he was the first in the on the court and probably the last on the court
Hmm.
after winning 6 titles, after being one of the richest players of all time. He was still there before anybody and still there after everybody. So his work ethic didn't change based on his success. His work ethic was the same. Whether I have $1 billion or $8, I will work as hard as possible. And that's where a lot of salespeople trip up. I made a big $12,000 paycheck. The next month, they're useless.
Yeah.
Or they make $4,000 in the first 10 days, and then they make 5,000 for the total month because they're like, I made 4 by the 10th. I'll probably finish at 12, but he only finished at 5 because he rested. He didn't keep that work ethic.
Yeah.
The next day you work, Ramon, keep that work ethic. Think of all the things we talked about and start implementing it, because I'm going to ask you this question. If you do the same thing every month in and month out, are you going to get different results?
If I do the same thing every month, no, I'm not gonna get different results.
No, you have to do different things to get different.
Hmm.
And I'm proud of you for even starting right here at the training.
Yeah, absolutely.
Want to look at you through the camera and say, Ramon, I appreciate you booking Kyle Poor2Pro for the one-on-one. It means a lot to me that you invested your hard-earned money for a stranger to help further your career for you and your family and your investments and your kids' kids. I get to be a part of that journey. So I want to say thank you very much, Ramon, for that.
And I appreciate you, and you will be seeing me a lot more. That's for sure.
Awesome, man. You get some rest, Ramon. I'm sorry it went late, but
No, you're good. I appreciate you a lot, Kyle.
all right, man. You have a great day tomorrow.
You too, brother. Take care.